Right. The presence of the child's DNA or any other specimens is not going to help. However, I am sure that the FBI has fingerprinted and swabbed the inside of that car extensively, looking for fingerprints and DNA on the steering wheel, on the child's seat where they removed the child, and on the outside of the car.
Back to the lawyers. Eleanor Odom, Raymond Giudice, Pam Hayes. Eleanor, what about the scenario?
Well, the scenario overall seems just a little bit difficult to believe, and it's not unusual to question the person who was last with the child. No big deal. But I'd like to take exception to the fact that he says he was in custody. Nancy, if he was in custody, he would be arrested, he would be handcuffed, he wouldn't be let go, and he never would have been allowed to walk out of that police station. So this wasn't questioning under custody whatsoever.
Okay, Raymond, what do you think?
Here's my strategy. I get this client in my office tomorrow. I repolygraph him with my polygrapher. Assuming he passes, I give it to law enforcement and I make it public, and then I bring him on TV and answer questions.
Okay, Ray, do you ask the same questions as in the first poly?
Exactly the same questions, and I get a very qualified polygrapher. But I also want to tell you and your audience, if my client fails, it's as if it never happened.
Yeah, we all knew that about you, Giudice. Okay, Pam Hayes, weigh in.
I just think that he shouldn't be on any more TV. He should be out there with the police looking for his child, and that's it. It doesn't get any better for him to talk anymore.
You know, that's a good question. Mr. Lane, have you been helping in the actual physical search for Bianca?
I want to be out there. I want to be helping find my daughter. It's been told to me by several people that it is best for me at this time to just reside with my family, because there have been many threats towards my family and myself. I would hate to go out here and be looking for my daughter, and somebody does something to me and my daughter's found. Now she's being found without her dad. I mean, I just want people to focus on what the real issue is. Finding my daughter and bringing her back home to her mother and father. That is the
let me
only
ask
thing
you this,
that we
Mr.
care
Lane.
about.
In what areas should we look for your daughter?
All over the United States. I don't know. I don't know where these people are. I don't know where they took her. Everybody should be looking. I just want everybody, anybody. If you have any information anywhere, just let us know, please. We want BB home. That is our main concern. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about me. I don't care about anything that's going on with bringing my daughter back home to her family. That's it.
Okay.
Period.
You know, I'm going to take you up on that, Mr. Lane. Since you're saying you don't care about yourself, then I'm going to ask you to tell me what happened when Bianca was taken. What happened? Where were you? At a red light or a stop sign?
Nancy, again, the focus is to get Bianca back. And I'm sure you're going to cut me off. I know you're going to cut me off and not let me finish. But again, we've given those statements to the police. You guys are going on information that's a little leaked here, a little leaked here. He passed this one. He didn't pass that. He did
well,
this.
Here's
he
your
did
chance
that.
to clear
and
all that up, sir.
And there I'm cut off again. Well, you know, Nancy, I wish I could just get a point out without interruption. But we're here today. My client has cooperated with the authorities. We've done everything plus more that they've asked. We're willing to continue to cooperate with the authorities. But instead, what we're here now, everybody's pointing the finger at him. Why? Because you guys in the media need somebody to point the finger at. And that's why you and a lot of the panel are doing. We are here to focus on getting that little girl back.
Sir,
well, tell us where
Mr.
she
Johnson,
was hijacked
actually,
or carjacked.
You're arousing suspicion because instead of answering the questions head on or straightforwardly, you're using this as an infomercial for you and for your client who claims he doesn't care about himself. Frankly, sir, his story stinks. It stinks to high heaven. It doesn't make sense, and he won't answer any specific questions. But maybe I can get a question out of Elisa Z. Elisa, was there surveillance video? Can you just tell me that?
I know that police have obtained surveillance camera footage and they are trying to corroborate this story. However, there is no official corroboration yet. We know he was seen at the school at some point, dropping off his nephew at one school, but they're looking at other surveillance videos trying to corroborate, but I have no word of official corroboration.
So long story short, we don't know if she was ever even in that car.
I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties that I was having recording, but this happens once in a while. So I had to go now to the old-fashioned way where I speak my mind and so forth and so on. If you get to look in the description of the first video that I uploaded, I put some links in there, and you'll be able to see this sketch that this father put together concerning the people that carjacked his car. And the sketch almost looks like the father. And I believe 100% this man did something with his daughter. I mean, really, he's a big man. He could take on 2 men at one time if he needed to. And to use the excuse that he used of what I have read, that he pulled over because someone had a back tail light out and he was going to help him. BS.
Told police he was carjacked.
I've never had anything like this happen to me in my life.
A critical missing investigation.
Bianca hasn't been seen since.
My daughter is not with her family. She needs to be home.
Police looking at his movements.
We don't need the sensationalism of kicking down doors with guns drawn on a house that you've already had surveillance on and you know nobody's in.
I'm not the villain here. The villain is the person who has my daughter.
What happened to Bianca?
We are taking your calls to Dawn in Washington. Everybody, I'm getting word that at 8:10 that morning, the nephew says he did see the little girl alive in the car with Daddy. So the child's alive in the car seat at 8:10 a.m. that morning. Okay, Dawn in Washington. Hi, dear. What's your question?
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
I'm good, dear.
Yes, I have a question. I was wondering how the relationship is between the father and the girl's mother, and if so, could the girl's mother have been involved somehow?
Good question to Alexis Weed. Where's the mommy and what's the relationship?
Nancy, the mom is close by. Bianca lives with her mother. The father does not have custody of Bianca, although the mother, though we're learning through reports that the uncle has said, the maternal uncle, he's saying that Bianca was with her father for about a month, that the mother had let him visit with her. She is close by, though she does take care of the little girl.
Okay, so Alexis, are you saying he had the baby nonstop for a month before this incident?
She went back to her mother's on November 26th for her birthday party, and the father then picked her up afterwards. So she has been staying with the father for some time, yes, but the mother's seen her on and off.
Okay. Has the mother been questioned and polyed, Alexis?
We don't know whether she's taken a poly. We do know that she has talked to police, that she's also been out there distributing flyers and trying to help in the search, Nancy.
Everyone, the tip line is 313-596-2260. The reward is climbing. Nearly $30,000 in the search for this little girl, 2-year-old Bianca. Let's stop.